that because a number of spots, either the creeks, the rivers, and the riverlands have this problem. Where we have not reached, we definitely need, not us, Ministry of Works and Ministry of Environment. Ours is just a little mitigation, then we're focusing more on the LGAs that have been greatly impacted.
She further explained that the committee is focusing more on local government areas that have been severely affected, stressing that relief materials will be distributed to communities in Obeibe Mandoni, Ahuda East and Ahuda West local government areas on Thursday, November 6.
I also want to take this opportunity to let us know that on Thursday we'll be dispatching food items to Onelga, Ahuda East, Ahuda West. Because when we are doing that, we identify certain areas or communities that are heavily impacted. We then do a separate package for them. So we're going to do that for the Ndoni, especially Ward 15 in Ndoni. It's actually a very low land. It's lowland, we will say, is below sea level, flooded very easily.
On his part, the representative of NEMA, Dr. Chitru Ogundu, explained that following the flood predictions by NEMET, NEMA then scaled the forecast to the state level, prompting proactive mitigation measures by the state government. He noted that both NEMA and the Rivers State government have been providing relief materials joint to affected communities. Also speaking, the public relations officer of the Romokrosi Traditional Rulers Council, Chief Clifford Wali, commended Governor Sinalaye Fubara and the flood committee for undertaking the desilting exercise. He lauded the deputy governor for personally visiting the community to monitor the exercise despite the heavy downpour. Obiando Madume, Rstv News.
Vedas residents should be prepared to experience a one-of-its-kind crusade in Port Harcourt. Senior pastor and founder of Kingsway International Christian Center, Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo, gave the hint at a press conference held at the Aeroplane Drive of Trans-Amadi Industrial Layout in Port Harcourt. Gaspar Anele reports that a crusade, which will be preceded by medical and charity sessions, is being organized in collaboration with Christ Compassion to the Rural World Foundation. Take a look.
The mega outing, which will begin with medical outreaches featuring deworming of patients, administration of medication for eye defects, checking of vital signs, and performance of surgeries, has a session for the distribution of free items, which include bags of rice, beans, gari, noodles, oil, salt, sugar, 1,500 Bibles and other Christian materials to indigent attendees of the crusade, scheduled for the 24th to 29th of November. Senior Pastor Ashimolowo explained the inspiration was delivered by the Holy Spirit, intended to address spiritual and physical needs of both believers and potential converts. The minister, through his members, took journalists around warehouses where the gift items and other materials were stored for the right time to come.
It's because at the end of the crusade, we want to see the unity of the church, the unity of ministers. We want to see people come together, love God, love one another. The power of love cannot be undermined. Put the name Port Harcourt in my spirit that we come. We don't go to any city unless we are led. There's a space in God's heart and God's love for them.
Senior Pastor Ashimolowo expressed profound appreciation to Rivers State Governor Sir Siminalaye Fubara, echelon of the military, police, and ministers of various denominations, as well as volunteers, for their support and zealousness to see the mission accomplished. According to him, after the mega crusade on the 29th of November, the land of Rivers State will be blessed abundantly, just as souls will be won in thousands of numbers.
Elected 315 people to enjoy cataract removal. We believe that we are ministering Jesus Christ to people in practical way. Celebrate everyone who's working with us, the executive of the state, his cabinet, the hospitals, the ministers on ground, the pastors. Our conviction is that by the time the crusade is over, there'll be a renewal of faith.
God's Power Anele, Rstv News.
A free medical outreach for thyroid patients has been organized for indigent women in Rivers State, Nigeria. A total of 50 patients were offered free screening and treatment by a team of specialist medical practitioners led by a renowned thyroid expert and member of the International College of Surgeons, Dr. Okechukwu Okafo. The three medicals, worth millions of naira, were sponsored by the founder of Princess Thyroid Awareness Initiative, Dr. Princess Akawo in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Gaspar Anele reports that a medical outreach, which attracted beneficiaries from various local government areas within and outside Rivers State, Muslims and Christian-based faith organizations, provided opportunity for public enlightenment and sensitization on the causes, symptoms, and cure for thyroid cases. His report is presented from our studios.
Dr. Princess Akawo, who is a philanthropist, corporate human resource manager, and the CEO of Fluxy by Glamourholic, said her decision to sponsor the free medical exercise was born out of a passion to assist the less privileged in the society to access medical care, especially in issues requiring specialists with huge financial burden. She encouraged the patients with thyroid cases not to despair, as they can be treated and live normal lives. Ambassador Princess advised them to take advantage of the free medical outreach, adhere to the professional medical advice offered by the doctor and nurses. She lauded the medical team for their commitment and promise to sustain the medical exercise as a way to touch lives and impact society.
Creating the awareness is key, and then also educating them on the importance of early testing, and also create support groups, which would also enable us put them through for those whose results either come out positive or how best to navigate life as a thyroid survivor. So I'm a survivor myself, and so having gone through this for 3 years, I realized that we need enough awareness. That we are reaching out to people to come get tested doesn't mean you're positive. You might have healthy thyroid, and I mean, there's really nothing to worry about.
The medical doctor and thyroid disease expert, Dr. Okechukwu Okafo, used the opportunity to educate and sensitize the attendants on the causes, symptoms, and remedies of thyroid ailment. He explained that the thyroid gland located at the neck below the Adam's apple plays a vital role in regulating metabolism, growth, and development. Dr. Okafo disclosed that the causes could be from genetic disorders and pituitary problems and railed out the symptoms.
You see people spending from 500 to 2 million naira, and those who do minimal access. However, with our collaboration with Princess, she should be applauded for coming to assist us to render this care and carry most of the burden of this free medical care given to these people. And like today, all these people are seen free. All the investigations are fully paid by her, and we have accepted to give so much consideration in the surgical aspect and the hospital accommodation.
Some of the beneficiaries expressed appreciation to Ambassador Dr. Princess Akawo for her kind gesture, stressing that she brought hope and meaning to their lives.
Okay, I thank her for organizing of this program, because it makes us know about thyroid that we do not know before.
Left for us alone, we wouldn't know, we'll be dying in silence. But because of this thing now, whoever that is organizing this program, God will keep them.
All is now set for all candidates who were offered provisional admission into Rivers State University in Bolu Oroworuku and have accepted the offer of admission into Year 1 and the direct entry for 2025-2026 academic session. That the physical exercise will commence today, Wednesday 5th November to Friday 7th November 2025 by 9 o'clock in the morning to 3 o'clock in the evening daily at the Information, Communication and Technology Center, ICTC, of the university. A statement by the Registrar Ibimonia B.S. Harry says the exercise will continue at the respective faculties. The statement enjoined fresh candidates to come along with admission letter from JAMB, original JAMB result, accepted admission status from JAMB, and original certificates. Other documents include birth certificate, local government identification letter, acceptance fee receipt, and other printouts from the students' RSU portal for the clearance exercise. The federal government has announced plans to invest 12 billion naira in digital economy research projects, aiming to ensure the country reaps the benefit of digital transformation. The Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Bosun Tijani, made this known at the opening ceremony of the 18th edition of the International Conference on Theory and Practices of Electronic Governance in Abuja. Themed Shaping the Future of Digital Governance Through Cooperation, Innovation and Inclusion, it was organized by the National Information Technology Development Agency. According to Tijani, platforms such as IceGov provide nations with the opportunity to explore the potential of emerging technologies while aligning them with effective policies that address societal needs. He noted that Nigeria's participation in 2024 edition of IceGov underscored the importance of deepening research in the digital economy, adding that the country's impressive performance earned its confidence of international partners to host the 2025 conference. He further noted that digital technologies have become central to human existence, stressing that any society that fails to embrace them risks being left behind in the development. Do you love and care about Rstv State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. Still to come, several critically injured after driver rams into 10 people on French Island, and at least 7 people killed after United Parcel Service cargo plane crashes in Kentucky. These and more news stories after the break. Stay tuned.
I need the police that can respond to emergencies first.
I want the equipment I need to do my job.
I want a police that won't harass or arrest me for no just reason.
I want to be valued for my work, not feared by honest people.
I want a police that won't ask me anything for the boys.
I want a decent salary that is paid on time.
If it happens with good laws,
proper funding,
training,
and cooperation.
If it happens.
If it happens.
If it happens.
The Rivers State Local Government Service Commission hereby redirects all staff of the 23 local government councils to pick up their verification forms with staff names pre-printed from their respective local governments of service. Complete and return the same forms with the required documents on or before Thursday, 6 November 2025. You are advised to kindly attach legible copies of the documents below: letter of first appointment, letter of confirmation of first appointment, letter of last promotion, letter of present posting, age declaration or birth certificate, first school living certificate, local government certificate of origin, BVN printout, bank statement of salary account for 5 years, highest qualification attained, local government staff identification, and NIN slip. This is signed by Intile C. Ebiri Nuket for the chairman.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Pohak.
You're welcome back. The Senate has passed the Electric Vehicle Transition and Green Mobility Bill 2025 for its second reading. The legislature seeks to create a national framework for Nigeria's shift to electric vehicles (EVs), promote local manufacturing and strengthen the country's commitment to environmental sustainability. Sponsored by Senator Oji Uzokalo, the bill received broad support as lawmakers outlined strategies for transitioning to electric mobility through local content development, foreign partnerships, and nationwide charging infrastructure. Leading the debate, Kalu said the law aims to transform Nigeria's automotive and energy sectors, foster innovation, and create jobs across the manufacturing value chain. He noted that bill provides tax holidays, import duty waivers, toll exemptions, subsidies, and road tax reliefs for EV users, and investors, and also mandates the installation of charging stations in all fuel outlets nationwide. The Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, described it as a forward-looking legislative effort aligned with President Bola Tinubu's economic diversification and clean energy agenda. The bill has been referred to Senate Committee on Industry for further review and is expected to return to the chamber within 4 weeks. Following U.S. President Donald Trump's designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern, CPC, U.S. Senator Ted Cruz said the next step is to hold Nigerian officials accountable and promised to publicly identify them in the coming weeks. Cruz is championing the Nigeria Religious Freedom Accountability Act of 2025, a bill designed to protect Christians and other religious minorities from widespread persecution in Nigeria. After the CPC designation, Trump also warned of possible military action in Nigeria if its leaders failed to protect Christians in the country. Reacting to a post on his official X handle, Senator Cruz said that he has been pushing legislation to designate Nigeria as a CPC and to impose sanctions on Nigerian officials responsible for religious persecution. He thanked President Trump for the designation and for fighting to stop the murder of Christians in Nigeria, adding that next step is to hold Nigerian officials accountable. Moving on to the foreign scene. At least 66 people have been killed while hundreds of thousands fled their homes as one of the strongest typhoons this year ripped through the central Philippines. Typhoon Kalmagi flooded entire towns of the most populated central island of Cebu, where 49 of the fatalities were located. A civil defense official said on a radio interview that 26 others are missing. Let's join Ruth Friday as she tells us more.
A driver has rammed his car into pedestrians and cyclists on the Ile de Léron off the west coast of France, leaving 10 people hurt, including several in a critical condition. French authorities said a local man in his mid-30s had been arrested after being immobilized with a stun gun. The mayor of Dulus de Léron, Thibault Brekoff, said the man drove some distance between two villages on the island, mowing down several people, including a young girl. He eventually abandoned his vehicle and tried to set fire to it before running away. The public prosecutor for La Rochelle, Arnaud Larraise, said the suspect was known to police and that he shouted Allahu Akbar, God is greatest, at the moment of his arrest. Interior Minister Laurent Nunez said an inquiry had been opened into the incident and he was headed to the scene. At least 7 people have been killed when a United Parcel Service UPS cargo plane crashed while taking off from an airport in Louisville, Kentucky. The state's governor, Andy Beshear, said the plane's 3 crew members were likely to be among the dead after the freight plane exploded as it departed Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. At least 11 other people were injured when the plane crashed, sending thick plumes of black smoke into the sky. Officials warned that people suffered very significant injuries in the incident and the death toll could rise. Ruth Friday, Rstv Foreign News.
And on entertainment, Nollywood actress Etinosa Idemudia has criticized men who force their wives to return home after marital disputes, calling such behavior foolish and oppressive. She made the remarks on Instagram while reacting to the ongoing marital crisis between actress Regina Daniels and her husband, Senator Ned Nwoko. Fortune Aneto has the details.
Idemudia said that no one should be made to stay in a marriage against their will, stressing that relationship built on force lack peace and respect. Her comments followed reports of domestic issues between Regina Daniels and Ned Nwoko, which sparked wide reactions on social media. Regina's family accused Ned of assault and harassment, while the politician alleged that his wife struggled with addiction and violent behavior. She also questioned why some men value control over emotional well-being and safety and extended her message beyond marriage, reminding the public that no means no in every situation, including matters of sexual consent.
So what gave me the courage to make this video? It's just seeing how my family is fighting, like everyone is fighting for me.
Nigerian singer Waje has revealed that she has never been paid for her contribution to P-Square's 2007 hit song, Do Me. Speaking on podcast, the vocalist shared that although the collaboration brought her voice to national fame, she received no money or formal credit for it. The song, which appeared on P-Square's Game Over album, was one of the biggest hits in the late 20s. Waji's powerful vocals were a part of its success, helping to establish her as one of Nigeria's most talented singers. Despite not being paid, Waji said that the experience taught her valuable lessons about the music business and the importance of proper agreements in collaborations. Fortuna Neto, Rstv Entertainment News.
Moving on to sports, the Confederation of African Football, CAF, has expanded the Women's African Cup of Nations from 12 to 16 teams. The expansion will begin from the 2026 edition, which will be hosted by Morocco. Divine Humble tells us more.
12 countries, including defending champions Nigeria, have already booked their place in the competition. They have been joined by the 4 best-ranked teams according to the current FIFA Women's World Ranking, among those eliminated in the final qualifying round. The 4 countries are Cameroon 66, Cote d'Ivoire 71st, Mali 79th, and Egypt 95th. CAF said the expansion reflects its broader vision to strengthen women's football and promote inclusivity across the continent. Portugal star Cristiano Ronaldo has disclosed that his retirement from football may be coming sooner than fans expect, admitting that walking away from the sport will surely be emotional. The 40-year-old, who has scored a remarkable 952 goals, is one of the most decorated players in the history of the game, but the end is in sight for his astonishing career. Asked when he would consider hanging up his boots, Ronaldo, who is under contract with Al Nassr until 2027, replied soon. Venus Williams has been awarded a white card for the Auckland Classic in January. The 45-year-old, who has won 7 Grand Slam titles, made her comeback in July after 16 months without competing. She defeated fellow American Peyton Stearns, then ranked 35th in the world, on her return at the Washington Open to become the second oldest woman to win a WTA Tour level single match. A month later, she was given a white card into the main draw of the US Open and impressed in her 3-set loss to Czech's 17th seed Karolina Mushkova in the first round. Tournament director of the Auckland Classic, Nicholas Lemparin, said Venus has had a profound influence on the evolution of women's tennis and has inspired the next generation with her unshakable passion for the sport. Divine Humble, Rstv Sports News.
Do you love and care about Rebel's Theatre and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. With that, we conclude the Rstv News at 3. I am Catherine Ago. Thanks for watching. And